Greetings, yogis. I'm going to take you today through a full body vinyasa flow with a little bit of extra core strengthening. I hope you enjoy it, and let's begin. We're going to start in child's pose. So take a wide-legged child's pose, sinking down on your hips, reaching long through your arms, resting your forehead on the mat, and just taking a couple breaths to ground down and possibly set your intention for the practice. Taking some nice deep breaths in and out. Fill your whole lungs up. Maybe pause at the top and then let the breath go. And when you're ready, let's meet on hands and knees and start to warm up the spine, taking some circles with the body or maybe some figure eights, just beginning to bring movement into your body. And what you take one way, maybe reverse, and take it the other way, circles or figure eights. And coming back to hands and knees, let's tuck our toes and press back to down dog. And in our first down dog of the day, we're going to keep our knees bent and start to pedal out our feet. Maybe stretching one heel down and bending the other leg. Maybe stretching the opposite heel down and bending the leg. Just pedaling, keeping a good micro bend in the knees at all times as we're just starting to warm up. And then coming back to a static down dog, heels reaching towards the mat, chest towards the thighs, fingers gripping into the mat to protect your wrists. Head is heavy. And from here we're going to make our way to the top of the mat, crisscrossing our feet, toe heel, getting a little hamstring stretch, and coming to the top of our mat in forward fold. Hinging at the hips, maybe grasping opposite elbows, swaying side to side. And then letting go of the arms, pressing down through the feet, slowly rolling up, arms overhead, hands to heart center. We're going to warm up with 3 half sun salutations, and then we're going to take a full sun salutation. So let's inhale up, forward fold. Halfway lift to flat back and fold. Rooting to rise, hands to heart center. Inhale up, forward fold. Halfway lift and fold. Rooting to rise, hands to heart center. One more. Inhale up, forward fold. Halfway lift and fold. Rooting to rise, hands to heart center. Inhale up, forward fold. Halfway lift and fold. Step back to your plank version and move through your flow, either chaturanga or knees, chest, and chin, to cobra or up dog. And then back to down dog. Taking a couple of deep breaths, inhaling and exhaling in down dog. And then jumping or walking to the top of the mat halfway lift and fold, root to rise, hands to heart center. Let's take chair pose, big toes together, sinking back in our heels, looking out on the floor in front of the mat, making sure we can see our big toes, that our weight's a little bit back on our heels, and then bringing hands to heart center. Let's twist to the right. Left elbow over the right thigh, pressing in and breathing, taking some breaths in and out. Maybe going a little deeper with the arms if that's in your practice. Coming back to center, taking it to the other side. And coming back to center, arms extend, sink one more breath, forward fold. Then take your vinyasa, or just meet us in down dog. And when you get to down dog, raise your right leg. Nice and long, leg is long, toes are pointed, hips are straight. And knee to nose, hovering for one moment, pulling that knee into a three-legged plank, and then stepping that right foot forward, setting up for warrior one. Coming up to warrior one, hips are forward, maybe pulling that left hip forward a little bit, pulling the right one back. And then let's rotate our arms back and down, clasping our hands at our lower spine, stretching our knuckles towards the ground, blooming through the chest, little back bend, and then taking humble warrior. Reaching our fingers to the sky, still clasped. And now unclasping the hands, framing the right foot with our fingers, scooching our back foot in a little bit, and taking pyramid on the right side. Nose towards the knee. Framing that right foot with our hands, stepping our right foot back, reaching our left foot to the sky. Knee to nose, hovering there. And step that left foot forward, warrior one. Coming up, stretching nice and tall, sealing that knife edge of the back right foot on the ground, sinking a little lower in your lunge. And then rotating your arms back and around, clasping your fingers, stretching, knuckles down, chest to the sky, little back bend. And then taking your humble warrior. Knuckles to the sky. And then releasing that, framing your left foot with your fingers, stepping the right foot in, taking pyramid on this side. Stepping that right foot up to meet the left, meeting in forward fold. Halfway lift and fold. Move through your flow, or just meet us in down dog. And from down dog, let's raise our right leg to the sky. This time opening up the hip, knee to the sky, foot towards the ground, and bring right knee to left elbow and reach it back up. Right knee to right elbow and reach back up. Right knee to nose and step that right foot forward, and coming up, to warrior two on the right side. Gaze out over that middle finger, sinking down. And then let's reverse the warrior. And then taking extended side angle. Right arm on the inside of the leg, chest to the sky. Only going as low as your back can be against the imaginary wall. Pressing down to come up to back to warrior two. Turn your right toes in and then turn your left toe out, taking warrior two to the other side. I'm going to turn around so you can see me. Put warrior two, left leg forward. Sinking nice and low. Gazing over that left middle finger. Reversing the warrior. Extended side angle. Again, only going as low as you can maintain flat back. And coming down and around, back to warrior two. Turn both toes in, so you're coming to a wide-legged straddle on your mat. Toes in, heels are out, hands to heart center. Take a forward fold, and releasing your fingers, bringing your left hand to your right ankle, pulling your nose towards your knee. Perhaps taking a twist here, or just continue with nose to the knee stretch. And then back through center, right hand to left ankle. Nice forward fold stretch, reaching left hand to sky. And then coming back to center. From here, we're going to take a lunge into the right leg. Your choice, either high or low, either hands at prayer or down on the mat. Opening up those hips and back to the other side, to the front of the mat. Back to the right. And then back to the left. From here, let's turn to face the front of the mat. Left leg is forward. We're coming into runner's lunge. Drop that right leg, flatten the foot on the floor, come up into Anjaneyasana, or low lunge. Again, reaching the chest to the sky, maybe add in some cactus arms. And back to center. Dropping those hands down to frame that left foot. Reach that left foot out to the side of the mat. Coming up on the knife edge of that left foot. Come down into lizard. Letting the weight of the leg just naturally open. You're going to take a few extra breaths in this pose. Letting gravity open the hip. And then pressing back up, working that left foot back to the center of the mat, and then shifting the hips back, taking half split, or full split if that's in your practice. Reaching that chest over the thigh, nice stretch in the hamstring in the left leg. And let's press that left foot down, tuck those right toes, press that left foot back to meet the right, and let's come into plank. Your choice of plank, either up on your hands or down on forearms. Just going to take a nice long neck, reaching back through the heels. Gaze is down, neck is long. Taking some nice deep audible breaths. And then drop those knees. And now bring the right knee, right foot up in front, setting up for the low lunge on the right side. Raising the arms. Maybe taking the cactus arms, blooming through the chest. And then framing that right foot, working it out to the outside of the right side of the mat, coming up on the knife edge of the foot, and coming down into lizard on this side. Again, letting gravity do its work. Coming back up, working that foot back to the center of the mat, shifting your hips back to half splits. Bringing that right foot down, bringing the left foot up to meet the right, coming into forward fold. From here, we're going to come back to chair pose. Sinking nice and low in your chair. And from here, we're going to rise up with our right knee, arms up high. Find your drishti, hold your gaze. Bring hands to heart center and come into figure four. Crossing that right ankle on top of the left knee. Feeling that nice hip opener. Nice deep breath. And then from here, let's stretch the right leg back, coming into warrior three, right leg with prayer hands. And then dropping the fingertips to the ground, reach your right foot to the sky for half split, for a standing split. And then dropping that right foot to the outside, to the parallel to the left foot, and getting ready to come back up into chair pose. Nice deep breath, strong through your core, tilting that pelvis to protect the lower back, and then start to rise, lifting your left knee this time, fixing your gaze, and coming in to figure four on the left side. Smile and breathe, nice audible breath. And then slowly start to unwind, coming in to warrior three on this side. Leg never comes higher than the hip. Foot is flexed, gaze is down. And then bringing those fingers to the mat, reaching your left toes to the sky, head is heavy, standing split. And then bringing that left foot down next to the right. Let's work our feet out to the sides of the mat and come down into yogi squat. Using the insides of those elbows to press, or using the elbows to press the hips open. Nice hip opener. From here, we're going to take a little twist. So dropping that left hand onto the mat, we're going to raise our right arm to the sky, maybe wave and smile. Taking a little twist. Come back to center. Raising our left arm. Keep those hips sinking down towards the mat. And coming back down. And let's lift our hips, working our feet back. Parallel, step back to down dog. Pedal those out. Raise the right leg. Bringing that knee to nose, hover, step through, and come up again for warrior two. From warrior two, straightening that right leg, let's move into triangle. And remember, in triangle, as we do in these other poses, standing poses, we're only going as deep as we can keep our back flat on the imaginary wall. Root to rise, and turning our toes in and to the opposite way, coming into our left side, warrior two. I'm going to turn around this way so I can see you, but sinking down into warrior two, straightening that front leg, shifting the hips, and coming in to triangle. Rotate that arm down and around, coming up to standing. Work toe heel in a little bit and coming into goddess pose. Heels are in, toes are out. Nice bend in the knees, cactus arms. Sinking nice and low. Nice length in the spine. And then up to five-pointed star. Down to goddess. Up to five-pointed star, and down to goddess. Hands on the knees, right shoulder folds forward towards the left, getting a little twist. Coming through center, going to the opposite side, and center. Slowly roll up, hands to heart center. We're going to make our way down onto our bottoms again. So let's take another yogi squat and then come to seated as gracefully as we can. Just going to do a little bit of core work here. We're going to do some boats, Navasana pose. So coming into your version of boat, hands behind the legs is fine, and you can just stay at boat. You could extend your arms, you could extend your legs. And we're going to do high boat and low boat. Unless you're comfortable just here, then you just stay in regular boat, maybe doing one toe and the other, really feeling that strength in the core. The focus is keeping the core nice and solid and working. So let's start with high boat to low boat. High boat. Low boat, high boat, to low boat, high to low. Sometimes in my classes we name these boats, but today we're just going to do high and low, but that keeps things interesting. 6 and low, up and down, high boat, low boat, high boat, low boat, high boat, low boat, and back to high. Take your fingers together and go left to right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Strong through the core. Left, right, left, right. I kind of lost track, so let's take 2 more, 1 more. Rolling down on your lower back, on your back, squeezing your knees into your chest. Maybe make some baby circles with your legs. One way, and then the other. And then take some rock and rolls, little gentle massage on your lower back, and come back to seated. And seated, I'm going to take a couple stretches. So let's stretch our left leg long, right foot on the inside of our thigh, reaching up and out of our hips And with our chest, let's reach long on an exhale, coming out over our left leg, stretching with our chest forward first. Stretching nice long back, neck is long. And on every exhale, seeing if maybe you can go a little deeper. You're not forcing or pushing, you're just inhaling and exhaling, gently stretching. And then slowly rolling up. Let's take our right hand behind our right hip, lift our left arm, coming up for baby wild thing. Nice stretch from our left fingers down to our left toes. And then dropping our hips down. Take that right foot on the outside of the left thigh and either leave that left leg long or tuck those left toes up under the right buttock, and then lift tall, spine tall. Right hand behind, twisting to the right. Nice gentle stretch, looking out over your right shoulder. On every exhale, maybe going a little deeper. And then slowly unwinding, unwrapping your feet, fingers towards the front of the mat. Let's press up for reverse table. Nice stretch in the shoulders. Let your head fall back. And then sit your hips back down. Stretching your right leg out long. Reaching up and out of your hips. Coming out over your right thigh. Nice flat back. Gently dropping into the stretch. And on every exhale, maybe going a little deeper. And then slowly rolling up. Left hand back, baby wild thing. Pressing those hips to the sky. Dropping back down. Take that left foot to the outside of the right, tucking the right leg back. Reaching nice and tall through the spine. Left arm behind. Right arm either hugging the left knee or on the outside of the knee. Taking that twist over the left side. And on every exhale, just taking the twist a little farther, gently. And then slowly unwinding. Feet back out in front, hands towards the front again. Let's take one more reverse table. And then dropping down onto our seats. Let's take an inversion. Your choice, either hips on a block, legs up the wall, shoulder stand, head stand. But the whole idea at this point is just getting the heart, the hips above the heart, reversing your blood flow. If you're taking shoulder stand, hands at the small of your back, help support. Sometimes crossing your ankles and lifting up can help elongate your legs and spine. Making sure that your breath is still even and audible. Nice deep breaths. And if you're in shoulder stand and you'd like to take plow, dropping the toes over your head, maybe clasping your hand at your lower back. Sometimes I like to reach my big toes and stretch a little deeper. And if you're in shoulder stand or plow, maybe bringing your knees to the outside of your ears for Duff Man's pose. And then wherever you are, let's all meet in Happy Baby. So slowly coming down, using core strength, and coming into Happy Baby. In Happy Baby, we're pressing our sacrum down to the ground, flattening our lower back, Getting a nice release in our SI joint. Sits bones are not going to the sky, but they're going to the front of the mat. Nice release. And then from here, I'm going to take a nice counter pose to the inversions of fish. So, lying low on your mat, hands, palms down, go under your bum, reach long through your legs and point your toes, and then pressing up on your elbows, coming on the back of your crown, gaze behind you to the wall, blooming through the chest, pointing the toes. You come out of this pose the way you came in, so you're pressing down on your elbows, lifting your head and coming down flat. Let's bring our knees to our chest, arms at a T. We're going to take a supine twist. So dropping our knees to the left, gaze to the right. Thinking about pinning that right shoulder down on the mat. Letting the weight of the legs give us a nice twist. Then coming back through center, dropping our knees to the other side, gazing to the left. And coming back to center, giving those knees one little more squeeze before coming into our Shavasana. Do whatever you need to do to get comfortable, maybe put on your socks, but just take these last few moments of our practice to let the mind relax, the practice set, let the muscle memory kick in from what we've done, and give yourself, your soul, your body just another few moments of full relaxation. Maybe start to bring our mind back, bringing some movement into our fingers and toes. Maybe move our neck side to side. Maybe a full body stretch. And when you're ready, coming on to your right side, taking another moment to breathe in and out. And with your eyes closed, if possible, make your way to a seated position at the front of your mat. Spine is long, eyes closed, just doing a little scan of your body. And then bring your hands to heart center and take one moment to focus on something that you have to be grateful for. And bringing those thumbs to the third eye center of wisdom, let's bow forward, acknowledging that gratitude as we say, Namaste. Namaste, yogis. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this class. I look forward to seeing your feedback and hearing from you. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And please feel free to comment and or visit my website or follow me on Instagram and Facebook. I look forward to all your feedback as I embark on this journey. Namaste.